All right, hello everyone. Welcome to today's match of the multi-category SM Extension Tournament. We've got a good one for you today. We got ptoil versus kashmod. This is game 3 of this series. 1-1. Kashmod won the first race. That was all bosses. ptoil won the second one. I'm actually not sure which one that was. Unfortunately, if anyone knows, please let me know. But this is game 3. This is going to be a 69% run, so it should be a lot of fun. This is definitely my favorite category of this tournament. Basically, the category is what it says on the tin: collect 69% of the items. Number obviously just randomly picked out of a hat, has no special significance whatsoever. Getting started here in series like normal. But yeah, that first race with ptoil and kashmod, I was able to commentate as well. It was a really close one through. There was like 8 lead changes early on. ptoil just had a little bad luck and a little more trouble with the bosses, and kashmod was able to take it. So these guys definitely running close together. So excited to see. This should be another good one. I know in that all bosses they both did a crate first, so I sort of expect that again here. With the crate first in 69, there is a couple different options you can do. Some people pick up a few more items and try to skip like a Bryn revisit. Some people go for that Bryn revisit. So still chance for the divergence. Honestly, like everyone I've seen this, no one picks up the same exact 69 items. Everyone's got at least 1 or 2 different ones, which makes it kind of a pretty fun category to route. Because it just depends on your personal skill set and what you're comfortable with, what you want to go for, and what you want to get. ptoil coming for 45.59. That's very, very good series time. And kashmod not far behind at 45.27. So really great starts from both these guys. So I expect another really, really close one. If we do have divergence, we'll probably be able to tell less if there's back and forth as much. But overall, I definitely expect a close match. Yeah, now that you're synced, you can see how close they are on this cutscene. Just frames apart right now, so. So this is going to start like pretty much every category. We're going to get the morph ball and alpha missiles, and then we actually have our first potential divergence right then. Some players will opt to get the beta missiles. Players will get those beta missiles if they're planning on skipping a Brinstar revisit. If you're going to do a revisit, obviously it makes sense just leave them till later, get them more like in a hundo situation. Failing that though, if you are going to try to skip Brinstar, a lot of players will pick up that 1 missile. It's not too far, and it does give you a couple early game benefits. It pays you back. It can give you a much faster bomb chorizo, and in 69, everyone's going to be grabbing the reserve missiles, so it allows you to kind of skip the deboost. So the missiles are a little far out of the way, but they do pay you back a bunch too. So they're really a good early one to get if you're not going to do a revisit. So we'll see. And then we have already our first lead change with ptoil making a little misjump there. kashmod taking a completely insignificant lead here. Like I said, I expect a lot of back and forth between these guys. And Cash almost gets the down back properly. ptoil opting not even to go for it. Yeah, so neither one going for those missiles just coming up. So I fully expect a Bryn I mean, maybe not. I run the Phantoon first of this, so I don't know the latest science on some of this old routing stuff. But I more than likely expect a Bryn revisit to finish it off here. We do get two different versions of the climb. You can see here how they are pretty close to each other in overall speed. I think kashmod making up a little time there, having a little bit of cleaner version of the behemoth climb. Kashmod first of those bombs. Neither one getting great drops from palm trees out here. Probably gonna have to go to an extra round here. Ooh, kashmod getting really bad drops. And we, once again, ptoil takes the lead off of this palm tree, so. Okay, we're gonna be heading over to the early supers. I can't imagine any reason why they wouldn't fully clear up the Brinstar reserve. That's just, it's a bunch of items you can get very, very quickly. It's kind of impossible to skip those. They're really efficient. Ptoil take a little damage there. Yeah, he's not gonna have a guaranteed missile drop. Does get it though. Has to just morph under. kashmod opts to jump over them, and then yeah, with these pirate deboost strats here, that pretty much confirms Kraid first. If we were going Phantoon first, even though this is 69, we're gonna be picking up more items in general. There's really no E-tanks or anything else. We're going to get over a normal 90% before Phantoon. So you would want to conserve your health as much as possible there. So definitely going to be seeing 2 Kraids here. Ooh, ptoil, a little weird wall jump there, but ends up recovering nicely. I think we somehow managed to get 2 lead changes right in that little section right there. These guys are right on top of each other. And both opting to not get the reserve first. Zenny swears the reserve first is faster. It's just mostly preference, though. They're very close together. I mostly like getting the reserve first because I feel like it makes your movement a little bit cleaner to go into the reverse mock ball. So we'll see if these guys can get it. ptoil looks like he's got a good setup. Cash is a little high. Oh. Ooh, Cash is the one that gets that, even though he's had the higher setup. So, yet another lead change already. It's about a 6-second time loss. ptoil got a very nice exit there. That was very quick. Yeah, maybe these guys are going for 69 lean changes to go with the category. They are well on their way. Probably both going to get this big pink missile. Pretty efficient item to get. Generally in this, like, door transitions, I believe are about like 3 seconds for the entire door transition, so it's like 6 for 2. So if there's an item in the room you're going to be in, unless you can't get it for some reason, like you don't have speed booster or something, like a wreck ship reserve tank, or it's like something behind like worker, like the below gravity missile is kind of slow, especially if you don't have speed to also get the reserve tank. If it's in the same room that you're in, you're pretty much grabbing it. And we're going to have to grab even more than that. We're going to have to go into rooms that we don't want to go into to full up 69. It's kind of an interesting number because it's low enough that you can skip big portions of the game. Like, I don't think anyone really does a croc or anything. And like, there's not really the whole Brinstar revisit you'll see in Hundo. But it's high enough that you pretty much, it's just right at the perfect place where it's like, you can kind of do like an 80% route, but you just have to collect everything that makes even remote sense to get. So it's just kind of serendipitous that it falls right in that range right there. And it's still low enough that there is options. It's not like it's so much that like it's a certain route is forced. There are options for you to do. Yeah, getting the Spazer, normally these guys would definitely be skipping this in any percent, but it is pretty cheap item to get. We'll have to kind of menu off of it at some point though. So not only do you have to spend this time to get it, you have to menu off it later. It does make your life a little bit easier, but if you're used to running any percent without it, not really that big of a deal. I don't think it really gives you any time save, but it just makes your life a little easier in general. Oh, very nice little mock ball there by Kashmod. I think I've missed like 2 or 3 lead changes, honestly. They are still completely synced. One downside of the old route is this Kraid missile is a pretty easy item to get. Unfortunately, they don't have power bombs here, and then it's just going to be too far out of the way to get later. So it is an item that they can't get. Although, in general, the new route, Fantune first, there's more items in that you can't get. So really the only one that we can is the Kraid one. Totally going with a little bomb setup there. Kashmod just eyeballing it. Plenty of missiles here. Both going to do the missile strat. Looks like we got 2 simultaneous Kraid quick kills. Very nicely done. Neither opting to farm here. Well, I think they were a little slow coming out, so they did farm a little bit, but they didn't go with the D-boost. I mean, these guys are so synced. Like, on it, it's silly to talk about lead changes because there's like 2 a room at this point. All right, smart using the super there to kill mini Kraid. As long as you have 2, it makes sense because you're gonna get 4, so it'll put you to full. They could have saved a missile by doing a charge shot, Spazer shot, but they're gonna be swimming in missiles and don't really care. I think both of them still get this energy tank in any percent. It's just a great safety to have. It's pretty hard to actually drop this E-tank and be faster with it. But here it gives us an item too, and you know, it's just another E-tank, so it's good to have. 2 mouth balls, very nicely done. Yeah, I mean, these guys are obviously so well matched, but you know, this game is so hard that even when you have races between two evenly matched opponents, a lot of times you still don't see it this synced just because someone's liable to make a mistake at some point. And they've both had little ones, but nothing major, so that's kind of just been the slingshotting back and forth. Also, I believe, yeah, they are exactly the same route so far. There's been no item divergence. I think the big one potentially would have been getting that beta missile early on. Would have been the biggest possible route divergence. We'll see if they even have an item or 2. Usually when I com these 69% matches, you can't tell who's ahead just because there's so much difference But these guys are doing exactly the same thing so far. We are as close to frame for frame on that entrance as possible. Both struggle a little bit getting down to this missile, but they they somehow struggle in the exact same way too. So it's still they're still right on top of each other, and they're just going blow for blow here. Yeah, seeing two guys at 1454 into a race still be frame for frame is nuts. And like I said, when they raced all bosses, this is the way it was too. If anything, that one was a little bit more like someone would have a 10-second lead and they would have it for like a minute and then it would swap back. Like this one is they are right on top of each other. And one of the problems ptoil did have in that any percent or the all bosses race is ptoil definitely had lots of just horrible drop luck in that. Which is going to matter a lot less here because we're getting so much ammo. Drops are really not going to be too much of a concern. Super drops early will up until Fantoon, where they're going to get, I assume, 2 more missiles. I assume they're going to probably get both left and right side supers. Super's a little less important in this old route style because you are going to get plasma. If you did a Fantoon first, supers are way more important. So any super item you can get pays you back by speeding you up just because you have that super. Yeah, ptoil opting to use missiles there, trying to save some supers here. You do want 5 heading into the wreck ship area. So this is probably the only stretch of game where they're really going to be concerned about drops and ammo counts. Once they hit Fantoon, I think most of their concerns are going to be gone. Okay, I think this is like the first this entire run so far. This is the first lead of any sort of significance, and it's by less than a room still. So still incredibly close. Kashmod finally has the most minor amount of breathing room. But considering what it's been so far, I guess this counts as significant for these two. Cash did a little nifty farm coming up business out of there that ptoil skipped, which is unfortunate because ptoil is the one who needed the supers. He's going to get 1 from this CAC here in Alpha Spark. As it is, if you're going for Alpha Spark, you can miss it if you go a little too fast, but he's going to be relying on it. And then he should be able to get 2 more from the CAC attacks right after Alpha PDs. Ooh, ptoil or Cash misses Alpha Spark. ptoil gets it. I think this might be enough to swap it back. Well, maybe, but he's opting to use the Spark to menu off of Spazer. I like that as a spot to menu. This hero shot for Red Tower Climb is definitely tighter with Spazer Wave, unless you do the way kashmod did it, where he went for the jump and then down grab, unfortunately missing it. kashmod also missing his, has to climb twice. But yeah, that's if you're gonna be X-Factoring Fantoon, I think that's a smart place to take off Spazer in that shrine. The strat that it doesn't matter for Cash because the Red Tower strat he goes for doesn't matter for him. I feel like we should run prediction polls for every room on who's going to leave the room first. And ptoil. Ptoil was the winner. Yeah, you can, like I said, that Cash had like 5-6 second lead, and it's already gone. No, well, never mind. It's back again. This is outstanding. Well, okay. Assuming Cash is going to turn off this phaser, ptoil is actually ahead here because his phaser's already off. I did forget to take that into account. That is a good, I think it's like 3 or 4 seconds to menu. Alright, see if we're going to get any ocean fly attempts here, or they're just going to opt to spark. It looks like Cash is going to be trying for it. Oh, no, he's not. Just opted to do in this room. And here on this long spark across West Ocean is where I assume kashmod is gonna unequip his spazer. And there we go, the pause. Yeah, so ptoil was technically ahead for that entire segment. For anyone who's keeping accounting of the lead changes, that does not technically count as one. So again, this was definitely how it was like in their all bosses match. Really even into Phantoon. Phantoon is somewhat of the great equalizer, just with the RNG. I believe last time kashmod had a clean one, plus had some better cycles. ptoil, unfortunately, I think got a rain phase, but was able to clean it up besides that. And after that, Cash just held on to lead for the rest of it. So we'll see how this one goes. I believe they both do the hybrid X Factor strats, if I remember correctly from last time. Basically, instead of just X Factoring right off the bat, they will do a couple missiles first. The point of that is it makes the second round very quick, because you don't have to worry about any extra Dopplering or anything. Ooh, oh no. Well, that's not what you want. So, once again, kashmod has the chance on this Phantoon to take what will be the most sizable lead so far, as long as he can finish out his Phantoon. But yeah, with that hybrid opening, you can see just how incredibly quick this second round is. Ooh, ptoil having a little health problem. Don't see that too much with Varia. Did have the enrage phase though, so he's gotta be a little careful, but it should be okay. The big thing with Varia is every one of those big health drops gives you a whole hit that you can take from Phantoon, as opposed to if you're suitless, you need 2 health drops for 1 hit, which makes it's not just twice as safe, it's exponentially more safe. Now, it looks like Cash is not getting the right side supers, just getting the left ones. The right side ones are pretty slow, and like I said, in old route, you don't care about your super count as much as you would in a new route, so that does make sense to skip those for this route. Basically, supers don't pay you back in time as much as they would. Ooh, looks like kashmod is going for PB-less here. It's a very nice strat. Let's see if he can pull it off. Now, very well done. That is a difficult strat to do. It's kind of surprising he even went for it, because he's got the plenty of PBs. Ooh, barely misses the sky missiles, but yeah, Cash has a pretty sizable lead now with that Phantoon. Just ptoil struggling with it just a little bit. So this is pretty similar to how that all bosses match went last time. So hopefully ptoil can have a clean Dragon and Ridley in this one, and we'll just have to try to close the gap. But with how, we saw how close they were playing up until this point, it's going to be hard for ptoil just to claw back time on Cash here, just through execution and movement. He's going to need a couple mistakes out of kashmod here. ptoil opting just for the shine here. Does have to watch his health here. Normally, bowling isn't all that scary with Varia, but he does have only 39 health. Ooh, interesting. ptoil is not getting the mid miss. Okay. I was about to say, that really doesn't make a lot of sense. These are pretty efficient missiles to get. Like I said before, anything on the same screen, you're going to want to get. Yeah, I don't know what ptoil... So it's 110 for Bowling Spark if ptoil is able to get it. I don't know how much is in his reserves. Never, went through the effort of manually filling those up. And I believe it's 30 per hit. Yeah, so it's... If you just jump through, you're gonna need, 90-ish health. So, okay. Yeah, if I was ptoil... really should... Okay. I would have just kind of just liked him to check what his reserves were. Because he's not really going to have any health problems after this. Yeah, unfortunately this health... This is all... just... This is really just still time loss for Antoon, honestly. Not having health coming out of there. He should have plenty now. I think it's only... If it's 3 hits, it should be 90 health. To get through. Meanwhile, kashmod was able to just blaze through it. Believe kashmod also got both the items back here. If you can get both in this old route with speed, definitely makes sense. It does take a little while to get the worker robots past, but there's no door transition because you're in this room anyways, and you get paid back with 2 items. So pretty efficient pickups. And ptoil is going to be doing the same. So yeah, kashmod now has after all that, does have a significant lead. This is probably at least a minute, 7:22 coming down that elevator. So yeah, ptoil is going to need kashmod to make a couple significant mistakes here. Because as we saw through the first 20 minutes, these guys are just very, very well matched. So it's going to be very difficult just for ptoil to make up that much time just through normal play. That being said, there is just a ton of time for those mistakes to happen. Dragon could go very wrong very quickly. We could have a baby skip and a missed baby skip on kashmod's side. That's 30 seconds right there. Yeah, this is more than a minute because it was 27:22 when kashmod was on that elevator. So this is a significant chunk of time at this point. Cash with a very nice main street here. Pretty sure he just went for the short charge on the bottom there. I was busy doing the math here. We will see a Mama Turtle Dip here, another 2 items. This is a set of items, even though it's 2 items. because you're doing the Main Street Spark, you do have the option of going up to the top of Main Street, which skips this whole fish tank like middle section, because the top of Main Street connects with Mount Everest, which is where we want to go. So those Mama Turtle E-Tanks are actually 3 transitions that you could save, so it's significant, even though it is 2 items. You would just have to make up those 2 items somewhere else, obviously. But it is a possible thing. We'll see what ptoil does when he gets in. So far, they've been item for item, which is, like I said, is pretty rare in these 69% matches to see players not only play so close to each other, but play the same exact route. Alright, let's see ptoil's Main Street. And then we'll see if he... Oh, just barely misses it. That was really close. There we go. Yeah, so we'll see if ptoil opts to go up. So alright, ptoil is going to Mama Turtle here. Cash does get the Aqueduct supers here. I did do some timing, and this was... Oh, ptoil not having the energy for the spark. That is very... Oh, no! Oh, this is very unfortunate. Yeah, you're gonna have to IBJ here. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, there's not really a way of getting this besides the IBJ. This is something that you have the option in 69% here. Like, if something like this happens, you can just bail on this item and just get something else. Oh, you can get it. Wow. Alright, I wasn't actually sure you could do that. That's, yeah, that's a very impressive jump. But yeah, I mean, it can hard to do this on the fly, but if you do skip an item or you get into a situation like this where all of a sudden you can't do the normal strat for it and you have to bail out of it, you can just get other... Oh my... Man, Mama Turtle is just... When it rains, it pours. That is tough to see. Oh yeah, to actually finish my thought, you can always just bail out or hot route on the fly. Your splits will get all messed up, but it is always an option. And the other thing I was saying is, I tested it specifically for Dragon last, but I think it should be the same for this route as well, that it was about 5 seconds faster to actually get Aqueduct on the way back. So, like, you skip Botwoon E-Tank on the way in, and you get it on the way back, like it's Hundo. As long as you can do the short charge for the Aqueduct missiles. And then just leave. Although, I guess, yeah, in All Right you can't do that because you want to be going to Plasma, so never mind, it wouldn't work here. Alright, kashmod looks like those first 2 sparks went pretty well. Ooh, just not enough to finish her off, unfortunately. One more spark should do it, see if we can catch him. Very nicely done. Catching Dragon in a swoop pattern like that can be pretty difficult. Doesn't look like Cash is gonna try for a spike suit here. Probably just opting to keep the blue. Keeping blue makes a little bit more sense here than Norman 80%. Not a big fan. It doesn't save all that much time, and it does cost a good bit of energy. But they do have the extra E-Tank here already, and are going to be getting more, so less of a big deal. Cash just might keep blue normally in 80% too. Wouldn't be surprised. ptoil is short on supers and short on power bombs here, so can't do the X Factor on Botwoon. He's gonna have to hope for Botwoon to drop a PB here, so he can do the X Factor opening on Dragon. Oh wow, and yeah, Botwoon delivers. I don't think I've ever seen 4 power bombs off of Botwoon before. That's crazy. Nice missile from kashmod there on that cack attack. But yeah, this is a pretty commanding lead for kashmod. Kashmod going for Plasma Spark. I do not even understand how to have good enough movement to get Plasma Spark, so good on Cash for attempting it. Alright, coming into Plasma. Precious Missiles? Hello? Man, ptoil's cart or ROM or whatever is just pissed at him today, because this is... Things are happening on ptoil's side. ptoil gets the ultra rare pre-fight spike suit. You know, I never thought of getting a spike suit before the fight, but I mean, he still gets the short charge there. I guess you wouldn't technically need to do it. I don't know if that's actually ever, that's a strat anyone's ever particularly looked at. Alright, hopefully, people are just getting terrible Dragon luck as well. Ooh, does get the kill. That was a little sketchy. Because of... Wow, excellent spike suit there. Just didn't even get blue, just got it. Those are, ptoil was crushing the spike suits, at the very least. ptoil did have some trouble in Game 1 on Dragon 2, so nice to see him have effectively a perfect Dragon fight. If you're not going for 2 spark, if you go for like 3 spark, you are relying on luck a little bit with Dragon, so ptoil got some bad luck there with the swoops. But he did everything that was in his power completely perfectly. And we see the reverse shine there. Meanwhile, Cash already heading into Ice Beam. Got that Plasma Beam, no problem. Now, I think generally you're going to go lower route here for 69 because you can pick up Crumble Tower very efficiently. Lower route to get to Ridley is technically faster anyways. But in here, because you can grab the item, it's definitely... normally the trade-off is lower route is a little bit faster. I think it's like a second faster, but it's definitely harder than upper route. But the being able to get this item here definitely makes it worth. And yes, this is game 3. Cash going for the harder setup on this, harder but faster setup for that Chronic boost. Nicely done. Yeah, kashmod really hasn't had any hiccups of note. Like minor execution things here and there, but like that's always gonna happen in any SM run. We've seen ptoil splits go red. I don't know if kashmod splits go red if he's behind. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Cash was on PB pace here. Like I said, just nothing really of note happening. He's gonna get this screw attack. This is a fairly slow item to get. It does make your LN a lot easier to deal with. But with Plasma, I don't know how much it actually speeds you up. It really depends on how cleanly you can execute Lower Norfair in general. They also got this in all bosses. I don't know if I'm pretty sure at least one of them turned it off. I'm not sure if that was kashmod. So especially if you're going to turn it off, maybe not worth it. Although in this we have enough ammo that we can go through the first Zeb and do the unmorph or morph unmorph skip on the second Zeb. It does make your Rorschach in the game faster. That is, I did forget about that, and that is definitely true. And Mickey Mouse missiles is another place that screw attack will help you as well, because you can just screw attack through those first blocks. So with this routing, maybe screw attack does save enough time. I'm not an expert on the details of this route. Like I said, everyone's got their own way of doing it, although apparently these two are doing exactly the same way. And there's certainly something to be said for the consistency that screw attack gets you. And with grabbing his PB's a shame. You never have to worry about your PB count, although I wouldn't assume it's much of an issue here normally anyways, just again, because we've picked up a fair amount of PBs. Cash is going for the fastest but hardest version of Metal Pirates. Gets it cleanly, very nicely done. Yeah, Cash is having a hell of a run. ptoil obviously had the big issue on Fantoon, and then the unfortunate trouble in Mama Turtle, but I feel like this would be a tough run to keep up with, just because Cash really is giving no quarter here. Just everything has been clean so far. Kashmod with the Ridley kill. Doing some very clean movement through Warstorm in the game there. Those wall jumps up into Mickey Mouse. Very nicely done. And Cash a very nice exit from Ridley there. Oh, unfortunately, ptoil sees the bottom of Amphitheater. Not what you want to do with Space Jump. Covers nicely. Cash going for the deboost strat here. Into the speedball. Oh, just barely missed that speed. That speedball is way harder than it looked, because you really can't get it. Especially with that deboost strat. You can't really get it that early, so you're going to have to mockball on that upslip there. So the ground comes at you a lot faster than it would normally, even for a normal short hop. So it's very tricky to get. But Cash got 2/3 of that strat right, and honestly, all portions of that strat are very difficult. Ooh, Cash getting the setup for this deboost. Can he get it? He does. That's such a nice looking strat. It's way easier than it looks. Not to take anything away from Cash there, but when I first saw it, I thought it was really wild looking. But it's pretty consistent setup, but still very nicely done by kashmod there. Shoutouts to Hodarubi. Me and Beauty got saved very hard in a rando race one time because E-Tank was there, so we now refer to that as Hodarubi E-Tank. But for now, it's still a missile. ptoil, unfortunately, getting all pogo. I say unfortunately, ptoil may be manipulating it. Generally, soups are faster with the beam fight. It can be harder, so a lot of times players will just try to manipulate Ridley into pogos. kashmod getting this reserve and missiles. Very, I wouldn't even say easy. It's kind of a nightmare, yeah, but this is like even in hundo. But these are the normal hundo strats you see here. But 3 items here for 2 door transitions, pretty efficient. And I'm pretty sure it's still the case that they've gotten the exact same items. Which this may be a first in this tournament for this category. Although I will say, especially before this tournament, the science in this category was very nascent. A lot of runners putting in a lot of effort during this tournament to sort of nail down what the best route is. So it has probably crystallized a little bit more than even it was at the start of the tournament in some of the earlier matches. They both got Main Street. I can't imagine anyone skipping Main Street. Like, I guess if you can't do the short charge, it's a little bit longer, but it's still pretty efficient. Like I said, if it's in the same room, you're getting it. The only exception I can ever think of, like, for being in the same room is the worker robots missile right before gravity suit, just because you have to get past the worker robots and everything, and that's still pretty slow. But with Kraid first, you can get 2 items, so... Okay, it does look like we are getting the retro cleanup here. If they're going this way. There's a bunch of items in retro. It's really hard to not do this. Like, if you think of a normal hundo run, the things we've skipped so far is the Brinstar Revisit. We've skipped the Croc, and we've skipped this and there's this Brinstar Revisit, and 69 is just high enough. You really can't skip all 3, and it just turns out that the fastest one to do is this revisit right at the end here. Just kind of sort of just take a long detour instead of going up excuse me, going up Red Tower, or going through Meridian and then up Red Tower. Just come over here, grab these items back here. It's still kind of on our way on where we want to go, and it's pretty item dense here. You got this power bomb. You've got like the whole Billy Mays, that whole right side room of Billy Mays. There's 2 in Billy Mays. There's Beta PBs, and there's retro. That's 4 items right there, plus this 5th one right here. Like, there's a lot of stuff in, you know, like the Brinstar Revisit, but they're all like in rooms by themselves, and just nothing's really going to beat this. And Croc is just not going to happen in this at all. Right. There's also this also lets you pick up old Mother Brain and the Criteria Super. It does put 230 on the path too, but 230 is surprisingly inefficient because it is 2 door transitions. So that one I fully expect to be skipped. And then generally, let's see like an end with Gauntlet and Criteria PBs. But you could have done that if you came up Red Tower. So kashmod is just cruising at this point. There is really honestly not much standing in his way and taking not only this game but the entire match, as this is game 3. He is comfortably ahead here. Yeah, I think the big thing about those 230 missiles is it turns out they actually aren't that efficient, but they are because almost everyone ends this way. They are the best item for a oops, I skipped something, or like honestly, when ptoil had the issues with Mama Turtle, he could have just opted out and just said, "Okay, I'll get 230." Like they are the. Oh wow, Cash isn't even getting Criteria Supers. That's surprising. Supers is a relatively efficient item because you're moving in the direction you want to be going anyways. I gotta feel like there's... I mean, I think Screw Attack's the most inefficient item they get by far. But it's Screw Attack, you know, so... But yeah, surprised Criteria Supers isn't... Because you want to be going up that shaft anyways, and like... It's still 2 door transitions like anything else, especially with Plasma. The strat to do it is really easy. So I believe... I mean, there's no way that was a mistake, because Cash had that Shine Spark set up. But if, for some reason, one of these players does get 68, it will just be a minute time loss. Cash has a commanding enough lead that potentially he could save a 68, especially like if he's doing gauntlet missiles here. Let's say he misses one of the missiles. The best thing for him to do is just go to Mother Brain at that point. Would not be a valid leaderboard run, but would still be okay for this tournament. But there's no like if you miss that, there's nothing within a minute you can really get. So you're better off just taking the 68 and taking the minute time loss. I think the best thing maybe to do is like, I don't go down to Edicoons. Like it's, yeah, 230 is like 50. Yeah, it's pretty long, but it's right at the end, and generally it's skipped. So it's like it's the perfect catch-up item. If you like realize you missed something, or like, I don't necessarily think there's anything like this, but there was like an item you only had like 1 shot at, like these gauntlet missiles. But unfortunately, this is too late. Then 230 is great. I know, like one time I just completely brain farted and I skipped cathedral missiles, and I was like, I'll just get 230. It's fine. Oh, 57 from, yeah, I should have realized it doesn't take 57 just for 230. Yeah, 57. So yeah, I mean, you might as well just take the minute time loss at that point. For turn, I mean, if you were trying to save a PB, but like these guys' PBs are good enough. I mean, they could, you know, you could PB by a minute, but that's unlikely to get saved by 230. Yeah, Cash is in his G4. Pito is just finishing up his Brinstar cleanup. Yeah, still surprised about that Criteria Super. It's like honestly, I gotta feel like Criteria Super's got to be better than Mickey Mouse Missile even. I mean, they do have really good equipment for Mickey Mouse Missile, so maybe, but you know, it's kind of a little out of the way there. As I feel like the thing to do in this route is, or even Spazer. Spazer's longer than you realize, and it costs ammo and everything. Like, so in this category, you have to collect 69% of the items as well as beat the game. Ooh, Cash with some very nice Metroid 3 there. I missed his first two. Oh, I'm going for these Hundo strats. Gets really bad super drops. That is going to slow him down a little bit. You still want supers, but it's not a GG like it would be in any percent. Oh, interesting. Pitoil's not getting criteria power bomb. So I think this is. I'm pretty sure Kashmod did. I mean, you do have a screw attack and spacer, or screw attack and space here, so the shine's not all that valuable. But like, you can't really count that as a time save for screw attack because like criteria PB is right there. So I mean, you'd have to compare those two things. But you can see there's a lot going on, like these time saves, figuring out exactly what's optimal. And Kashmod getting that baby skip. So yeah, this has got to be like, yeah, this is gonna be like a one. I want to say it's gonna be like a one flat. Oh, unfortunately. Okay, I forgot to ask Kashmod this last time. I gotta ask him what skip he's doing there with screw attack on. I guess it's some sort of down back skip, but that's not the down back that I normally see set up. He's just leaving screw attack on and just going for it. Yeah, but usually the down back is like you jump onto the top, then you down back into it. How is he down backing there? Like, I mean, it's hard. The restream's in 30 frames per second, so I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen anyone besides Cash do that. So. For the tournament, if they go over 69%, there's no penalty because you just wasted time getting more, but that still wouldn't count as a valid run. Okay, everyone's in chat's telling me I'm dumb. Honestly, for these categories, it's more valuable in all bosses. For these, I just go with the second Zeb skip when you have enough ammo. I know even Behemoth is maining that in a hundo, or at least he was last I checked. So it's really not much slower. And Cash opting not to do stand up here. That's surprising. With maybe he's not on PB pace, but it's surprising. Or did he got ketchup? Oh, he got ketchup. Okay, right at the end. Wow, that's really unfortunate. Might have had enough. Oh, probably not. There's no way. No, because he only has. Well, he's got 3 reserves. So, but I doubt he's got 3 full reserves. No, maybe. Metroid's dropped a lot of health. So. Yeah, Cash confirming he is on PB pace and might still be on PB pace even with that catch up. So unsurprising, Cash has just played really solid this entire time. Maybe ptoil can take a little solace in that despite some of ptoil's hiccups early on, Kashmod was just came to game today. Like it's really hard to when you are evenly matched as these two guys are. It's really hard to win if your opponent's going to just drop a PB on you. Oh, ptoil going for the lag setup on baby skip. Fortunately, doesn't quite get it. And Cash not showing off the dead pixel, thereby haunting everyone's dreams. Unfortunate. But yeah, Cash is just an escape. Yeah, this is gonna be super close to a sub. Or super close to 1 flat. I think it's gonna be just over. It's a little over a minute to escape. So maybe with a very clean escape, he can get it. Definitely would have been pretty easy. It would have been like a 130, I think. I would expect Cash to be just getting onto the ship right now if he was able to get that stand up with even a halfway decent one. Oh, and unfortunately misses the shine. That I don't know if that kills it. No. Oh, shaky parlor is the worst. Like it just messes with all your ledge grabs and everything. Yeah, you can see the first time we've seen the red splits at all on kashmod screen, right here at the end. Super unfortunate, but he still comes away with the comfy win. He's going to be moving on to the next round. Get your GGs in chat for kashmod. Meanwhile, ptoil is in his mother brain fight. ptoil is getting the stand up. Trying to pull up the bracket here to see who Cash is going to be playing next. The winner of this is going to go on to play Bands of Legends. So that's going to be another really good matchup. Ban's a critically underseeded player due to basically not caring about North Korea %, but you can veto one category in this, so you know having one bad time doesn't really matter once you're in the tournament. So should be an exciting one. Alright, ptoil also heading to escape. ptoil also not showing off the dead pixel. Once you see it, you can't unsee it or think about it. It haunts my nightmares. Cash saying that unfortunately he's not going to be able to make the interview. Understandable, it is quite late. Alright, ptoil's going to hit the ship here. Just missing the 420 time. And official race time GG time of 1:04:28. Get your GGs in for ptoil as well. But yeah, just basically just the Fantoon and then the Mama Turtle. Really clean it up after that. Had some nice segments. That lower Norfair segment was really clean up until Ridley. But yeah, overall, especially up until Fantoon, you know, really tight. Like these guys just always put on a show. This game can spiral away from you very, very quickly though. So not entirely surprising. And we do have ptoil joining us now. GG's.
Hey, GG.
So yeah, we were just very similar to the first one I commented, where you guys were just neck and neck. We stopped counting the lead changes. We were joking you guys might have been going for 69. I think you might have hit it, honestly, even just up to the Fantoon. The amount of just back and forth, and then had that errant super on Fantoon right off the bat. And
just pressed that item select button one too many times there.
Yeah, or one too few times if you're going for the for the
power I think bomb. I started with missiles because I was doing the hybrid stat. So
yeah, that's right. You did the hybrid. Yeah. I didn't quite see it. I was just like, did he shoot the? Is that a super or was that a charge shot? And I was like, oh no, that was. It's not. That's. This isn't Nintendo Power. You don't have to do the Nintendo Power shots.
Yeah.
But that and then the Mama Turtle.
Yeah,
incident,
I think those are the two big.
I'll refer to it. And like, not only did like. It, unfortunately, just not having the energy for the spark. You probably had enough in your reserves too if you had seen it to maybe catch it. But then Mama Turtle just decided to be a dick to you and like started screwing.
Yeah.
The one where she hit you on the right hand side was just
that was just carried me all the way up the wall.
This is just mean. But yeah, besides that, like you had your Dragon was really good. I had the swag. Spike suit pre-Dragon.
4 of them in a row. Seen that? Crazy spike suits.
Yeah, I guess you could like. I was thinking that you could actually like, if you were just really good at spike suits and really bad at like the short charge, I guess, or like doing the charge with the charge shot, you could just get a spike suit and do the X-ray strat like that. I guess.
Yeah,
I've never thought of it. I'm like, I guess that's a thing you could do though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing the X Factor, I usually just sticking with the strat is best, but that's definitely something that can be considered.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's some sort of bizarre strat out there with a spike suit. I don't know if it would really help at all, but I mean, I do the rain dance because I hate tapping and charging at the same time. I'm terrible at it, so big fan of rain dance. Just gets that out of. But it's this can definitely happen. This game where it's just 1 or 2 rooms just spiral out of control. Like you got a 104, but this wasn't a 104 run. Like this was a solid run except for 2 things. And
yeah, I mean, I kept up with my splits pretty much the whole time besides those 2 mistakes.
Yeah. I think someone was saying like your lower Norfair up to screw attack was really clean, especially thinking it might have been like a gold or something. But the other thing I was shocked is that you guys almost collected this. Like normally there's a lot of divergence. I think the only thing that was weird, like Cash skipped criteria supers, and
I think at the end, I chose to get 230 missiles and he chose to get criteria power bombs. That was the only difference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think power bombs have got to be faster, especially because you could just do the shine. Like I know you have screw in space, but like 230 is actually like you think it's really good, but it's actually kind of crazy inefficient because it's 2 door transitions. So
I think when I got this route, I just looked on the leaderboard, chose Mr. Guy Average's run, and took his route.
Yeah. I did the same for Zost, and I think he got it. But he got that, but didn't get Big Pink. Like Zost just did 1 run. He was like, "That's good enough." I hold record about 2 minutes. Screw it. So he's Zost. But yeah, 230 is actually pretty inefficient. And like I was saying, I guess it's the same for you with criteria PB. But if you do have that Mama Turtle problem, 230s are great. Ooh, I screwed up an item. I'll just get 230 later.
Yeah, that's a
right?
good point.
It's not. I mean, you were in a health hole too, so you kind of needed that E-tank to
Yeah.
get through bot moon and everything. But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, great run. Besides that, honestly, unfortunately, that is going to knock you out of the tournament. So if you have any closing thoughts you wanna say.
I had fun with this race. I hope kashmod. I'm excited to see kashmod and bans this race. So good luck to them. Yeah.
Yeah, should be a good one. And we do have the 269, so that's good.
Yep. Verified.
Yeah, but yeah, both your races, I got to come the round one and this one. Just really exciting. You guys, I think you guys might be the most evenly matched two people in this entire
Yeah,
tournament.
the beginning of the race is insane how close we are.
Yeah, it's
Watching
just
yeah.
it's pretty wild. Yeah, until Fantoon, and then yeah, kind of like the first one. So unfortunate. I mean, Cash just played great. Like if you're this evenly matched, and your opponent's going to drop a PB until the very last mistake on you, like it's just super hard to win. So
Yeah.
and it's definitely any given Sunday because you guys, you could do it if there was a next race. You could do it next race to him too. So, but unfortunately, we just have 3, and that is going to do it. Unfortunately.
Yep.
All right. So.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's gonna cover up for us tonight. Thanks for a great race again, ptoil. Definitely nothing else going on tonight. It is very late. Everyone should, or very early, I suppose, if you're European. So everyone should enjoy the rest of the day or enjoy their nights and get some sleep. And we will see you guys later.